Hey guys, it's Gina, and I was starting this morning to clean up my scrap room, and I thought before I do that, I think that I should document how much of a mess it is right now. And I thought that I would just take some photos, but I don't think the photos give it quite the sense of what a mess this room is right now. So I'm going to walk you through the overall. First of all, I'm going to rearrange this room so it will not look like this anymore. And I have not done a scrap room tour with this current configuration. And I don't know. So I'm going to do a before and an after. So this is what it looks like before I cleaned it up today. But my one goal today, well, I have two goals today. I'm going to finish all my laundry. And I'm going to clean up this room. And then when Stu gets home, Stu is not home right now. When Stu gets home from Kansas, he's in Kansas looking at whooping cranes. When Stu gets home from Kansas, he's going to help me rearrange this room and set up my new studio lights and all of that sort of stuff. So when you walk down my steps, here's the front of my house, right there. There's my new studio lights, if you can see them. They're sitting up there with my paper box and everything else I've bought in the last, I don't know how long. Hey, old pictures of my family. Okay, so this used to be our family room, but we realized that we never used our living room when we had the family room down here. So we moved our TV and everything up to our living room. We live in a split level house. We moved the TV and everything up to our living room, so we use the living room more. And we decided that we would make the family room my scrapbook / office. I also work down here. And if you see this nightmare, you will understand why I sort of cannot get any work done. So you walk in here, you come down my steps. I have a split level home. You come down my steps and here's the beginning of the room. I'm going to try to keep this as stable as possible, but we'll see. And we have this glass door here. And let me just walk in the room. And there's my Klingon monkeys that my friend Laura gave me. And then I have some clings, I don't know if you can see them, of the Cars movie. There's Mater. Love Mater. And now we're going to get out of this door because you can see my reflection. And because I'm in cleaning clothes, we're not going to do that. So if I keep the camera up high, the room looks very neat. There's all my Stitch pins from Disney and my lanyard that I got. Oh, and then we also have the Blue Man Group because we love them. Oh, and look, I'm a certified CCRA, Certified Clinical Research Associate or something. And then there's more Stitch up here. Isn't he lovely? Okay. So, look, we got a big gorilla in the corner. My brother gave me that for my birthday one year or Christmas. Then we have some Stitch pillows. Oh, look, there's an empty Amazon box. There's my cropping bag. Here's a basket of stuff that needs to go upstairs. There's some hangers on the floor. I was packing down here, and I took my clothes off the hangers and just threw them in on the floor. Here's my new cropping bags. And then this is my closet. So there's a closet in here, in my room. It has these lovely, ugly bifold doors in it. But in here, there's my Harry Potter books, right there. What else is up there? I have no idea. UPS envelopes, more envelopes, kind of like work stuff. There's the Harry Potter books. Mailing supplies, that kind of stuff up there. We come down here, there's a bunch of glass back there. I don't know if you can see it really well because the camera's not back there. The camera's not very good in here, but there's a bunch of glass stuff. That's for Stu's glass etching. He does that. See this? These are all of those stupid things that come out of shelving units. And I keep an extra jar of them. Apparently I was eating sweet cocktail onions, but I keep an extra jar of them because I don't know how it happens, but I lose those darn things. But here's more glass. Here's some Christmas balls, pipe cleaners. There's some yarn up there. Here's a bunch of frames. Oh, and look what's up here. We got wrestlers. There's Rob Van Dam. Those are Christmas presents. We've got some Reeves. I started staining this thing years ago. Yeah, it's still sitting there. More frames, some ceramics back there. There's a tripod. There's some extra cutters. There's some cards I made in those two boxes. There's a smash book, Christmas smash book. My friend Laura got that for me too. Here's some, my mother-in-law gave me that recipe box right there. It's got handwritten recipes in it that she gave me, and that's where that is. And then there's some more smaller scrapbooks. Here's this. I'm not really supposed to be giving you guys a tour. Here's my spirograph. I love that thing. I'm not supposed to be giving you guys a tour. I'm supposed to be showing you my mess. There's some lights I want Stu to put up. Look at all of this. Yeah, because I'm going to organize my paper. You see how far I've gotten? Right. There's a sweatsuit that I keep in here because it's always freezing, and I normally come down here in my pajamas, so I have to put some clothes on. There's some bags back behind there. Who cares? Here's a bunch of layouts that I have to put away. They're sitting on top of all of my binders. See my binders down there? They're sitting, oh, look at that. That's that. I have no idea. That's that embossing thingamabobber. But all my binders are down there below all of these layouts that need to be put away. Now let's start looking at the mess, shall we? Here's some things that Stu needs to put up on my wall. Look, there's a skirt. Yeah, because everybody needs a skirt on their floor, because I was packing, like I said. And then I threw that fork over there because I need to take it upstairs. It's clean. I didn't use it. Here's probably one of my favorite parts of my room. My little display shelving unit here. My uncle actually made that shelf. And then, oh look, my NSYNC bobbleheads. 2 of them are missing their heads. I'll give you a better tour later. I just seriously want to show you this mess. Oh, look at all the stitches up there. Here's my work desk. Work desk is pretty clean. See that? Work desk, work printer. Here's my work chair. There's my studio lights and my tripod, and they're all going away, thank goodness. But let's look over this way. Oh boy. And look over here. Oh boy. Right? Look at this. I cannot believe I'm going to share this. I may not, you know, I'm just going to shoot the video for my own thing. But look at all this. Oh, more stuffed animals up there. There are all my Project Life cards, 3x4 and 4x6 cards sitting in there. I took them to Myrtle Beach, didn't open them while I was there, and there they sit. They haven't been put away. Here's my stamps, more Stitch up there. Stamps and letters. They're all, I think they're all letters. I don't know what's down there. Anyway, here's some more crap I gotta put away. Here's all the stamps that have not been put away. That's what's sitting there. There's an IKEA thing. Wait until you see this mess. Basically, I just want to show you this mess. Here's some nice organizational, more Stitch, nice organizational stuff here. And then boxes of stuff I've bought that I've not put away. I think, what is under there? Oh, they're printer cartridges for work. Yeah. Here are all my printers. I got a oven up there for clay. Picture printer, which I lost the little Hoogie Bopper thing, so Stu rigged this thing up for me so my pictures don't fall on the floor. There's my Cameo. There's my general printer. There's my wide format printer. I have another printer underneath this desk. Look at this desk. Here we go. You ready? Somebody needs to clean this mess up. Here we go. Full pan around, and then I'm going to shut this video down. Look at this. Okay, I'll go back over there in a second. Paint swatches that I'm making on my... So this is my works area right over here. But here's my scrap rack. These are acrylic paints I'm getting rid of. I'm not getting rid of them. I'm putting them in with the kids' stuff. My scrap rack right there. The lighting is really bad because this light blew out again. And I'm not replacing that bulb again because it I don't know what happened. There's probably something wrong with that light. I put the bulb in. The bulb blew out. Fine. I replaced the bulb. And the bulb blew out again. So I don't know what's going on with that. Studio lights. Tripod. Here I'm making some paint swatches. So I can... Here are all my paint swatches. This was I started to clean this room and then I got sidetracked into doing that. This is why I never clean. Look, there's my art journal. I didn't want to waste the paint that I was putting on these swatches, so I started making, I don't know what that is, like a rainbow or something. Look at this, all on the floor. That's my scrap bin with my scissors in there. Here's a stack of paper that needs to be put away. Here's a bunch of stuff that I bought and just threw on the floor. But here we go, look at this desk. Woohoo! Look at all that mess I gotta put away. Oh, but look, my Expedit's nice and organized. There are parts of, I mean, everything that's put away is very organized. My Copic markers over there. Here's my ink pads. There's my stencils. And my bling, and not my bling, no. My stencils and my enamel dots are over there. There's my, I don't even remember what that thing is called. But there it is. And it's got my buttons and flowers and stuff on it. But here is the mess. So, I'm going to start the timer. And then we're going to see, here's my new clamps that I had to buy to put my new setup together. My desk is going to go over in that corner now, my work desk. But I told myself that I have to clean this mess up first. Here's all my embellishment. That's my embellishment center. All my 3D embellishments go in all those drawers. And now you guys can see, more Stitch. Now you guys can see why I'm going to go on a spending freeze next year. Because look at all of this stuff. There's my 3-hole punch. There's my typewriter, my sewing machine. This might be why my sewing machine never gets used. And look at that. That's what I think of that trimmer. There's my, what is that thing? Laminator. Look at all of this stuff. So, that's the before. All of this mess. And now I'm going to set the timer. The time is now 12:02. Hold on. 12:02 on November, whatever that said, 14th, I think. And we are going to work on getting this mess cleaned up. So, like I said, I'm going to set the timer. I'm going to find out how long it's going to take me to clean this up. And then, once I clean this up, I have a huge haul from Michael's. I went shopping at Michael's. And I found a local scrapbooking store. I'm going to head down there today. But I promised myself I could only do that if I get this mess cleaned up and the laundry done. I have to get the mess cleaned up and I have to get the laundry done. So I am going to stop recording now. I'm going to put some music on. I'm going to get to work. And then I will show you what it looks like after I'm done. I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. I may. As soon as I get this room cleaned. Hope you guys are well. See you later. Unless I get lost in here. If you guys don't hear from me for a couple days, please send a search party, because I may get lost. I may need a Sherpa up in here. So anyway, that's where I am. That's where I'm starting. Why do I have socks on my desk? Like, really? Okay, seriously, it's time to get serious. Putting on some music, gonna get this room clean, gonna start some laundry, and I will talk to you fine folks when I'm in the middle of my fabulously clean scrapbooking room. You guys have a good Saturday. I'll see you soon.